Patrick, who's age 7, wants a story with a hamster, a detective, a nose, a monkey, a chicken, treasure, and a diamond. Well, Patrick was a real live wire. They said, he's a real monkey. He could climb anything. You could just look around, and even when he was really tiny, almost as soon as he could walk, he could climb. He'd climb up the slide, he'd climb up the back of the chair, he'd climb up the bunk beds, he'd climb anything. Maybe that was the reason why Mum said he shouldn't eat nuts, because he was always climbing and bouncing and swinging around things. Maybe the nuts would get stuck in his throat. Or maybe, like when he was a baby, he might post them up his nose or in his ear, or try and feed them to something like chickens. But it wasn't the reason. Maybe, thought his teachers, it was because he had an allergy. Many people have nut allergies. It can be quite serious, but it wasn't so for Patrick. That wasn't the reason. And this story is really about how Patrick discovered what the reason was that he wasn't allowed nuts. One day, he was bouncing around as usual in school, tearing in and out, playing a really, really fast game. It was great fun with his friends, but he saw that his teacher was sitting at the side of the playground, looking rather sad. Patrick was always aware when people were a bit sad, and he went over, stopped playing his tearing around, monkeying game, and went over and sat next to the teacher. "Are you all right, miss?" he said. She said, "I'm all right, Patrick." "You look a bit sad," he said. "Well, I am a bit sad," she said. "I've lost my treasured ring. It had a diamond in it, and it was given to me by my great granny. And she's no longer alive, and it's the only thing which I had of hers, and I've lost it somewhere in school." Thought Patrick. "Patrick the detective to the rescue," he said. "I will try and find it for you. In fact, I will find it for you," he said. She said, "That's very kind of you, Patrick. It might turn up sometime. But thank you for offering. What a lovely thought, and what a kind boy." And with that, Patrick went herring off to finish his game, but also to think, how was he going to find the ring? How would he use his nose, sniff it out, and become Patrick the detective? Well, nothing particularly happened until after lunch. But after lunch, somebody had a packet of nuts. Remember, Patrick was told he wasn't allowed to have nuts. But Patrick couldn't resist these lovely looking sweets, which had sugary, hard outside and an almond in the middle. Some were pink, some were violet, some were white, and he took one of the white ones and he sucked it, and he sat down thoughtfully. Where could I find the ring? But then he got to the nut, the almond in the middle, and as he chewed, something very strange happened. He shrunk. He was quite tiny. He became furry. He crawled out of his clothes. Patrick had become HamsterBoy. He scuttled across the room. He scuttled under the desk so nobody would tread on him. He scuttled around, and there, under the desk, he found the ring. Wow, he thought. He picked it up in his teeth, held it in his little hands, and he scuttled back into his clothes, up the trouser leg, up to his pants, into his shirt, and waited. Everybody went, "Why, Patrick's clothes on the floor? Who left them? Why did he leave them there? The teacher was looking most surprised when Patrick suddenly appeared. His arms came out of the legs of his trousers, and his legs came out of the arms of his shirt, because he'd sat in the clothes the wrong way round. But clutched in his hand was the ring. "I found it, miss! Look, your treasure! The diamond ring." "Oh, how did you manage that? Now go and get changed properly. You look very silly," she said. But after that, everybody knew there was something special about Patrick, because Patrick is HamsterBoy.